Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. One of the most important practices that you can have if you want to bring yourself into alignment with God, with creative energy, with just having a wonderful life is the practice of gratitude, being grateful. Being grateful in all things, because all things have contributed to your growth, to your life. How would you even know what you wanted if you didn't know what you didn't want? In Wallace Wattles' book, The Science of Getting Rich, he devotes a whole chapter to gratitude. And he said, the illustrations given in the last chapter will have conveyed to you the fact that the first step toward getting rich is to convey the idea of your wants to the formless substance. So, what is it that you want? What does he say in the previous chapter? How riches come to you. Wallace Wattles said, I now recall the case of one student who was told that he must see in his mind a clear picture of the things he desired so that the creative thought of them might be impressed upon the formless substance. So, first of all, the formless substance is what's all around you, the ideas that seem to come out of the blue, out of nowhere, out of nothing. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, you can cause the thing you think about to be created. So, in the story, the man was very poor, living in a rented house and having only what he earned from day to day. He could not grasp the fact that all wealth was his. Therefore, after thinking the matter over, he decided that he might reasonably ask for a new rug for the floor of the best room in his house and an anthracite coal stove to heat the house during the cold weather. Following the instructions given in this book, he obtained these things in a few months. Then it dawned on him that he had not asked enough. He went through the house in which he lived and he planned all the improvements he would like to make in it. He mentally added a bay window here and a room there. He continued until it was complete in his mind as his ideal home. And then he planned its furnishings. Holding the whole picture in his mind, he began living in a certain way and moving toward what he wanted. He owns the house now and is rebuilding it according to his mental image. Now, with still larger faith, is proceeding to get greater things. It has been unto him according to his faith, and so it is with you and with all of us. According to your faith, your belief, ask and it is given. This is true, and you will see that in order to do so, it becomes necessary to relate yourself to the formless intelligence in a harmonious way. To secure this harmonious relationship is a matter of such primary and vital importance here that I will give some space to its discussion. I will give you instructions which, if you follow them, will be certain to bring you into a perfect unity of mind with God. The whole process of mental adjustment and attunement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. First, you believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Secondly, you believe that this substance gives you everything you desire. And thirdly, you relate yourself to it through a feeling of deep and profound gratitude. Wallace Wattles says many people who order their lives rightly in all other areas are kept in poverty by their lack of gratitude. Having received one gift from God, they cut the wires which connect them with Him by failing to make acknowledgement. It's easy to understand that the nearer we live to the source of wealth, the more wealth we shall receive. It's also easy to understand that a soul that is always grateful lives in closer touch with God than one who never looks to Him in thankful acknowledgement. When good things come to us, the more gratefully we fix our mind on the Supreme Power, the more good things we will receive, and the more rapidly they will come. The reason for this is simply that the mental attitude of gratitude draws the mind into closer touch with the source from which the blessings come. Gratitude hooks you up to infinite, to divine love, to God. Just think about that for a moment. You know, you can be in one of two states. You can be in a primal state of fear, worry, doubt, anxiety, and stress, or you can be in a beautiful state, a state of gratitude, of faith, of joy. Wouldn't it be much more pleasurable to go through life in a state of powerful joy, curiosity, excitement, passion, compassion, empathy, peace, calm, and gratitude? Wallace Waddle says, if it's a new thought to you that gratitude brings your whole mind into closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe, consider it well, and you will see that it is true. The good things you already possess have come to you because of certain laws. Gratitude will lead your mind out along the ways by which things come, and it will keep you in close harmony with creative thought and prevent you from falling into competitive thought. Gratitude alone can keep you looking toward the infinite and prevent you from falling into the error of thinking that the supply of riches is limited, and to think that would be fatal to your hopes. There is a law of gratitude, and if you are to get the results you seek, it is absolutely necessary that you should observe this law. The law of gratitude is the natural principle that action and reaction are always equal and in opposite directions. The grateful outreaching of your mind in thankful praise to the Supreme Power is a liberation or expenditure of force, and it cannot fail to reach that to which it is addressed. And as a result, God responds with an instantaneous movement toward you. Draw nigh unto God, and He will draw nigh unto you. That is a statement of psychological truth. And if your gratitude is strong and constant, the reaction in the formless substance will be strong and continuous. The movement of the things you want will always be toward you. Notice the grateful attitude that Jesus took, how he always seems to be saying, I thank thee, Father, that thou hearest me. You cannot exercise much power without gratitude because it is gratitude that keeps you connected with power. Whether you say infinite intelligence, universal power, the God of your higher understanding, give thanks, but really feel that in every cell of your being. Give thanks for waking up today. Give thanks for a warm, comfortable bed, for a roof over your head, for beautiful food, and for the ability to go out and buy food, to cook food, to store it in your home, to have abundance of food. And if you're lacking, there will always be people that will help you. You cannot exercise much power without gratitude because it is gratitude that keeps you connected with power. But the value of gratitude does not consist solely in getting more blessings in the future. Without gratitude, you cannot keep from being displeased with things as they are. The moment you permit your mind to dwell with displeasure upon things as they are, you begin to lose ground. Wallace Waddle says, when you fix attention upon the common, the poor, the squalid, and the mean, your mind takes the form of these things. You get into the vibrational frequency of the poor, the squalid, the mean, the common. You then transmit these forms or mental images into the formless, and then the common, the poor, the squalid, and the mean continue to rush into your life. They come to you. It's like you've attracted them into your life. That's how the law of attraction, the law of vibrational energy works. You attract what you're thinking about, what you're worrying about, what you're in harmony with. So when you're not feeling good, when you're not in a thankful, joyful, creative state of being, and you tend to go the opposite direction and look at what's wrong, more of what you don't want comes into your experience. Wallace Wattles explains that to permit your mind to dwell upon the inferior is to become inferior and to surround yourself with inferior things. When you do that, you notice that you're doing that and turn it around. To fix your attention on the best is to surround yourself with the best and to become the best. Now, when you look outward at someone else who has the best, rather than being jealous or resentful, you must just be grateful, enjoy it, be happy that someone has it. That means if it's possible for them, it's possible for you. You just have to allow it into your experience. You have to feel grateful for what it would feel like once you have that thing or that experience. Not being resentful that someone else has it, but feeling what it would be like for you to experience that. And then your energies are directed in the direction of gratitude, joy, faith that it's possible for you. And then as you get into alignment and you start thinking and acting in the way that will cause that similar type of experience to come to you, because you know what it feels like, you know what you want. You give thanks for it in advance, and it does become part of your life. Not through competition, not through pushing, not through forcing, but giving thanks and allowing, changing your beliefs, changing your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions brings a change in your life. The creative power within us makes us into the image of that to which we give our attention. We are thinking substance, and thinking substance always takes the form of that which it thinks about. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best, therefore, it tends to become the best. It takes the form or character of the best and will receive the best. Also, faith is born of gratitude. The grateful mind continually expects good things, and expectation becomes faith. The reaction of gratitude upon one's own mind produces faith. Every outgoing wave of grateful thanksgiving increases faith. The person who has no feeling of gratitude cannot long retain a living faith. And without a living faith, Wallace Waddell says you cannot get rich by the creative method. It is necessary then to cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Do not waste time thinking or talking about the shortcomings or wrong actions of plutocrats or trust magnates. Their organization of the world has made your opportunity. All that you have received really has come to you because of them. Do not rage against corrupt politicians. If it were not for politicians, we should fall into anarchy, and your opportunity would be greatly lessened. God has worked a long time and very patiently to bring us up to where we are in industry and government. Wallace Wattles suggests that God is going right on with his work. He says, I believe that God will do away with plutocrats, trust magnates, captains of industry, and politicians as soon as they can be spared. But in the meantime, they are very necessary. Remember that they are helping to arrange the lines of transmission along which your riches will come to you. Be grateful to them. This will bring you into a harmonious relationship with the good in everything. And the good in everything will move toward you. You know, there is good in everything. Sometimes you just have to be patient. Sometimes you have to look a little deeper. I thought my divorce was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I thought it was a sin. I was embarrassed. But then my second marriage is the best thing that has ever happened to me. My first marriage lasted 12 and a half years. My second marriage is 30 years and going on and on and on, getting better every day because I give thanks every day. I am grateful every day for the love in my life. This didn't happen by accident. It happened because I changed my thoughts. I changed my feelings. I changed on the inside and I attracted better. So if you're going through a hard time and you're thinking this is the worst thing that could ever possibly happen, maybe it's the universe clearing space for something better. Rather than forcing and pushing and thinking that you have to do something your way, what if you just gave it up to God? What if you just gave thanks for the struggle that's making you stronger, opening your eyes and your heart to receive better every day? If you just became 1% better, if you just started to enjoy life more, you would notice more of life to enjoy. What are you grateful for? One of the best ways of bringing more good into your life is to write a gratitude list. What are you grateful for? Maybe it starts out intellectually with, yes, I'm grateful for my bed, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for a nice cup of coffee. When you practice this, really, really practice this every day, it will change your whole life. You can notice the beautiful sky, the sunsets and the sunrises. Be grateful, ever-changing sky. If you wake up every morning at the same time and look out the window, you'll see that sky is constantly changing. Many times people will say, nothing changes, I'm stuck, I don't like change, I don't want change, I want things to be the way they are. Well, everything is constantly changing. Enjoy what you do and enjoy who you are and enjoy what you have because everything is constantly changing. And if you feel like you're stuck and miserable, it's because you're thinking the same negative thoughts over and over and over, and they are gaining strength and power in your life, and they're bringing more things to be negative about, more things to doubt, more things to fear, more things to be anxious and stressed about. You don't want to go in that direction. Allow yourself the practice, daily rehearsal of gratitude. If you have a deep desire for something in your life, my mentor Bob Proctor would say, write it down as if it's already here now. Write it down in the present tense and give thanks for it. Because if you're thinking about it, if it's something you want and you plant that desire in your heart and you add energy to it, you start to become a magnet. You start to attract ideas and opportunities that are in alignment with what you do want. And you can write it out as if it's already happened. Set it as a goal that you're going after and write it down on a piece of paper, a sticky note, a goal card. Write, I am so happy and grateful now that, and whatever it is that you desire, write it down. Give thanks for it already being because If it's in your mind, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Focus your beautiful thought energy and the feeling, how you would feel once that's already your experience. What do you want? It's yours. Imagine it. It's here now. How grateful would you be? How excited would you be? How calm and relaxed and joyful would you be if what you truly desired was your current experience? When you experience it in your mind and you experience it in your heart, you plant the seed for it to grow and develop and become part of your life. But you have to be in alignment. You have to think from the wish already fulfilled. You have to feel that way. Put your energy, your vibrational energy into, I am so happy and grateful now that that's true for me. It's possible. If I think about it, it's probable. And when you really get into alignment, you start to take actions that will make it happen in your life. Think it, feel it, act as if it's already yours in your mind, and then take action in the direction of that beautiful goal that you desire. Give thanks for it, and your future becomes predictable based on your beliefs. You have unlimited potential. Send that energy in the direction of what you desire. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Create a wonderful day. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube at 6 o'clock today, I'm going to do day 2 of 5 days to transform your life. Register for the link, and I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Thank you.